Hello guys, welcome to the part 12 of the making of Who is Your Guy. Alright, in our previous video, we got to assign things to channels, right? To the mixer channel. So today, we are going to be mixing now, okay? Before we go into the system, have you subscribed to our channel? If you have not subscribed, please do so. And please guys, share these videos with people you know will be needing this. People you know this will be of great benefit to. Alright, so share it with them. Alright, also subscribe to our channels as well. Like our videos, turn on the notification button so that you can get notification each time we post our videos. Alright, so let's dive into the system now. Open up your FL Studio. Alright, open up your project. Okay, remember we said something that today, in our next video, that we are not going to be working in all these places again because we have actually done like 95% of all the works here and the channel rack. Alright, but today our focus is going to be the mixer. Yes, the mixer. Right, so our focus is going to be the mixer. All right, I want to have everything in view, so let me have this compact view. All right, so I can see everything. I think this also gave me everything in view, yeah, except the riser. So guys, let's start the mixing. This may not be cool with everyone, all right, and this may not be the way everyone works. But guys, this is not the only rule that govern mixing, okay? There are several rules in mixing, okay? But one thing I want you to know is that you can actually get to mix the way you understand better and the way you can flow with it better, all right? So what I do is that I will want to bring all the faders down to 0. All the faders down to 0. All the faders I've assigned anything on, I want to bring them down to 0. Remember, initially in our previous video, we actually reset all these ones, right? So meaning that all the sounds are on default velocity. So in that way, we can actually get to customize our mixing the way we want them to be, okay? So all the faders down. This is what I do, guys. Okay, let me return the faders to 0 so that you can see what I'm trying to say. Because while making your beats, one of the things you want to avoid is clipping, sound clipping. By the time the meter starts hitting red, it should tell you that, oh man, you will face distortion, or you are already facing distortion. For instance, look at it here. So you see that it was already hitting red. If I come to the mixer meter here, okay, you will see something here. Let's look at it here. Of course, you can see from all this minus to 0, then plus. All right, but then whenever you are mixing, you should avoid the monitor. You should avoid the velocity hitting 0. It should not. It is not a good thing, guys. It is not. I don't see. I'm not actually debating this with anybody, but to make your sound be on the safer side, you want to avoid your sound hitting 0. So whatever you are doing should always fall on the minus part. In fact, if you can take it as far as minus 6, it is better. If you can take it as far as minus 9, is good. Sincerely, guys, is good. Okay, but by the time your sound starts hitting 0, not to talk of passing 0, is not a good thing. So look at it here. You will see exactly what I'm talking about. You can see that this is already hitting 0, and by hitting 0, it is turning red. So guys, try everything possible as much as you can to avoid this. Okay, so let's go back to our mixing now. Bring everything down to 0. Everything. Okay. I know the question you may be asking, please Sam, if I bring everything down to 0, I will not be hearing anything now. It's good like that. It is better you don't hear them than hearing the wrong thing. Okay, so bring them down to 0. Okay, so you can see it here, 0 0. Okay, this is the riser here. Okay, now how does your mixing start? Now remember we had our drums in just one side, just like the instrumental started with the drums. All right, so now of course I'm going to start with my kick. Play and push in your kick. Another thing you may want to do is that you may now want to increase. If you are using headphone, you may want to push up the volume. Okay, push up the volume so you can hear it better, and don't let it hit 100 too as well. All right, don't let it hit 100, something like 80 something, or from 80. Okay, so that I can hear it better. And if your headphone you are using, or whatever you are using, or your external speaker you are using has a volume control, you can also push up the volume there. I'm pushing up the volume of the external speaker I'm using here. All right, so that way. Now you can hear the kick, but you can see that the kick did not pass minus, I think 21. Yes, minus 21 here. All right, guys, it is better that way. It is better that way. All right, so just that same way you can start bringing up other sounds now, gradually, and while you are bringing them up, don't let them be louder or too loud or too low. Okay, try to balance it as you are doing the mixing. I think one of the things I'm going to do is that I'm going to work on a tutorial. I will create a special tutorial on sound balancing, how you can get to balance your sound. But what we are simply doing here is just a rough mixing. Okay, this is not a very deep mixing. This is just like a rough mixing. Okay, so as this is playing, you continue to be bringing up other sounds in the same category. Okay, so I think I will still want to take them up a little more. Okay, so just take them up a little more, but you have to keep monitoring this. Okay, guys, as loud as your sound is going to be, try to make sure that it does not pass -6. It does not go louder than -6. All right, so I'm still going to bring this up a little more, so that way we are avoiding clipping. Okay, now after the introduction or introductory part of the beat, there was a part the riser came in for, so I want to push the riser up a little. Just focus on that a little more. So you can see that the riser is extremely loud. So I'll even want to take it as far as -20. Now, anything you are controlling here, guys, always pay attention to this part of the screen, this particular part of the screen here. All right, sorry, this particular part of the screen. Anything you are pressing, you are moving here, it is displaying the numbers here, so you get to see. Okay, so I want to take this riser back to like minus 29 dB. Okay, minus 29 dB. Okay, let's listen again. Okay, I think that's quite cool. All right, so let's get to the beginning. Let's get back. Now, after that, we had something that came in. That was the rows. All right, the row. So on the row, we have the timbre and other things there. Okay, if you look at it on the channel rack, we had the timbre, that's channel 6. We had channel 7, channel 8, channel 9. Okay, channel 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so let's get to the mixer now. 6, 7, 8, 9. So we had this one here. So this is this is this. So let's bring them up now a little, just a little. So guys, in all of these, you still see that your sound is on the safe side. All right, so see, if you notice here too, it is not clipping as well. I have seen so many producers, one of the things they do, which I would not say it is wrong, okay? Of course, the reason these software manufacturers will have created such plugins or such device is because of some things, which I believe that those producers get to do it as well. But one of the things I try to avoid is getting to do it like that. So I try to make sure that I get to customize my sound the way it should be. Now, are those producers wrong? No, it is producing the result for them. So if you are working and the thing is producing the result for you, please do it too. All right, if it is producing the result, 100% accurate result, okay, then do it. All right, but then I try to custom everything I do. I customize most of the things I do. Let me not say everything. Most of the things I do, especially when it has to do with mixing, because like I said, so when those producers, when they discover that the sound is clipping, the next thing they will do on the master channel is that they are going to just automatically add limiter to it. Okay, and one of those limiters is soft clipper on FL Studio. They just add it to it. Okay, fine, it is no longer clipping, but it does not really like erase the distortion 100%. All right, so I try to avoid doing that. So I try to customize my own mixing the way I know it will be better for me. All right, now all these sounds are low. It's okay, it's okay. Of course, by the time we are going to start adding other things, if they may be, if they are needed, all right, you will get to see that the sound will start becoming brighter and better. All right, so let's continue. So I think our chord came in after the rolling, so let's bring in the chord as well. Now another thing you can do, just push all of them up little so you can hear them, then you can now be moving them individually. All right, so you can hear where each of them comes in rather. Okay, I want this organ down. Okay, so we're getting there, we are getting there. Okay, guys, I want to bring this timbale up a bit. So, guys, when mixing, one of the things I'm going to advise you to invest in, I will advise you that you get a good headset. All right. For those of you who are just starting, I know getting a studio monitor or a mixing headphone might be quite difficult, especially those of you who did not come from, now, background like that. You understand what I mean? So acquiring these things may be a bit difficult and they may be a bit hard. All right. But then you would want to stretch yourself. So this has to do with stretching. Okay. Because you will not want to mix and get to mix rubbish. You will not want to mix and see that you are the only one enjoying your mix. You will not want to mix, then play it from another speaker and get to hear that it is not sounding nice. Okay, so I don't know yet. I might look into that and get to see some of the headphones or some of the speakers that are not studio speakers I may want to recommend. Okay, I will look into that, and in case I did not remember to bring this up, please, I want someone to remind me. All right, I want someone to remind me of this particular thing. Okay, so that I can come up with a video concerning that, the kind of speaker you should get, especially if you don't have money. But for those of you who can afford these things, of course, why not? Go ahead and get a studio monitor, get mixing headphone, okay, which will definitely serve you well and serve you better, because mixing has to do with accuracy. You will need to mix right, okay? You will need to mix right, okay? So avoid using headphone that has too much bass. Okay, avoid using headphones that has too much bass, because those kind of headphones they will mislead you in mixing. Okay, so right now, the work I'm doing now, I am not using the studio monitor. I'm not working with the studio monitor right now. Of course, you can see my studio monitors there. I'm not using those ones. Now, what am I using to do this? Is a different kind of speaker I'm using here to do this. Okay, and if you have something like this, what am I using here? Let me show you. Excuse me, just a few seconds. So this is what I'm using. This particular one, I don't know if you can see it. This is Bose. This Bose speaker here. So this is what I'm using right here. If you have something like this, well, is it 100% accurate for music production? No. All right. But if you have this is a good way to start. All right. So let me drop this back. Okay, so that's what I'm using. So try to make sure that you get something good, you get something cool that would enhance your mixing, or that will make you enhance your hearing in mixing rather. All right, so please take note of those things. So let's move on to our mixing. I just said I should mention that. So take your time to listen to it through, all right? Listen to it all through. Excuse me. Take your time to listen to it all through to be sure that, okay, those things you try to put in place, they're in place, all right? So take your time to listen to them. So guys, if you notice something right now, you would notice that these sounds, they are balanced to some extent. All right, they are balanced to some extent, yet not distorted. All right, so you can see this now. So look at it here. Now we have not even gone that far, not to talk of hitting -6 or all this, but you can see that in all this, the sound is sounding cool. But I know the question you may be asking right now. So how am I going to make it loud enough? Of course, that is when we start to mix all these things, put them together, blend them together, and get to master it. Yes, do we master beats? Yes, you have to master your beat. All right, you have to master your beat. You master it at the beat level. If you are sending that beat out to another producer for mixing, or if you want to post the beat online, of course you can master it. But if you are the one that wants to record on that particular beat, you may not need to master it as well. You may just need to move it to just make sure you mix it very well, and start recording on it, and you can do the mastering of everything together. Or if you want to master them individually, separately, no problem about that. All right. But now you can hear that everything is sounding a bit balanced. Now, of course, in this now, no effect has been added. Nothing has been added to any of this. You can hear it sounding cool, sounding nice, though a bit low, but that is okay. But everything is balanced to some extent, not 100% balanced. In our next video, we are going to start adding effects to these things. All right, effects one after the other. How we are going to mix the kick, how we are going to mix the shaker, how we are going to mix the rim, the snare, how we are going to mix each of these sounds, the frequency we may need to remove, frequency we may need to add to make sure that these things, they all sound nice. All right, so guys, this is it. If you have not subscribed, ensure you subscribe to our channel. Turn on the notification button so that you can get notification each time we post a new video. All right, also give us a thumbs up, like what we do. Okay, give us a thumbs up, like what we do, and also share this with your friends. Okay, follow our pages on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter as well. All right, so that you can be getting notifications as well. Okay, so guys, see you in our next video, and God bless you. All right.